Hello, everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Joe, Kevin's dad, and I want to extend the warmest possible welcome to Khushbu and Kevin's families and to all their wonderful friends. Over the past several months, I've seen how hard Khushbu and Kevin have worked putting this celebration together, and I know they are thrilled that you all are joining them on this very special day. Kevin, I am so incredibly proud that you are my son. I have always felt that way. I have always felt that way from the time you were a child, watching you grow into a young man, and right up to today as one of my business partners. But that's not going to stop me from sharing a couple of funny stories about you. I promise to keep it brief so I can then share my warmest thoughts about Khushbu. And Khushbu, you look absolutely radiant this evening. To the parents out there, we spend years watching our children, trying to figure out what kind of adults they'll become. I saw Kevin's drive early on as a teenager, when he started a snow removal business. One winter night, after a long day of shoveling, young Kevin burst into the kitchen to brag about all the money he had made. I could have let him just enjoy the feeling of success, but no, I couldn't pass up the opportunity of a father-son teaching moment. So I gave him the dad reality check. I said, Kevin, that's great you made money, but let's subtract the overhead. Mom and I bought the snowblower, you used our gasoline, you chauffeured your crew from driveway to driveway in the family minivan, and your star employee, your little sister Laura, was working for well below minimum wage. He was completely unfazed after my lecture. And it was at that exact moment I knew Kevin was destined for upper management. A few years later, that strategic mind was in action once again when it came time to buy his first car. We were at a used car lot, and Kevin, a guy who loves cars, pointed to this ancient, soul-crushing, powder blue Hyundai sedan. He looked at me and said, Dad, that's the one. We need to buy it tonight. I was confused, but we bought it. It wasn't until years later that Kevin finally confessed he knew an absolutely underwhelming high school report card was arriving in the mail later that week. He realized that closing the deal on an ugly car today was much better than risking no car tomorrow. Once his mom and I saw those grades. Hearing that confession, that's when I knew Kevin wasn't just destined for management. That's when I knew I wanted him as my business partner. But beneath that strategist facade, Kevin has a heart of gold. A year and a half ago, on Thanksgiving Day, his sister Laura called him at 5 in the morning. Just 2 hours earlier, Laura had gone into labor 5 weeks early. She and her wonderful husband, Brock, were going to be stranded at a distant hospital with their newborn. Kevin was barely awake, sleeping on a friend's couch after a party. But he immediately got up, drove straight to the airport, and flew across the country to take care of Laura's home and dogs for a week so she and Brock could stay at the hospital and focus entirely on their tiny baby. There was no math, no self-preservation, just unconditional love for his sister. Laura and Brock, thank you for flying across the country to be here today with Grant, our ring bearer, and your 1-month-old baby, Libby Catherine. Making that difficult journey shows that Kevin's love for you goes both ways. As a parent, there is absolutely nothing more wonderful to see. Khushbu, I am truly amazed by how hard you work. Over the past year, you have been the lead planner and operations manager for this wonderful event. And you did this while moving into a new home, designing your new office suite, and starting up a medical practice, which after only a few months is already a huge success. As Kevin's grandmother used to say, children don't raise themselves. And I can only assume that you learned about hard work and caring for others from your wonderful parents, Veena and Suresh. I remember the last year when you took Kevin for the first time to meet them and your sisters, Krupa and Krishna. Kevin was so thrilled when he told me that he got the thumbs up from the family. And he was so touched that your dad walked all the way out to the car just to give him a big hug goodbye a second time. That close tie you have with your family is clearly built out of deep respect and care for each other. Khushbu, I know you for a short time, but I now understand how, after only his second date with you, Kevin came home a completely different man. He was calm, focused, settled, and he knew exactly what he wanted. You bring such harmony to his world. While he still may be calculating a quick profit from time to time, you were there to remind him of the quality and grace of a good long-term investment that a marriage brings. Occasionally, Kevin might still try to quickly buy that ugly car to hedge his bet. But I am thrilled that he will be listening to you about the things that are truly worth waiting for. We are so incredibly proud to welcome you into our family. We are thrilled to embrace your beautiful Indian heritage, and we look forward to the wonderful blend of traditions, holidays, and culture that you bring to our lives. We are ready to learn, we are ready to celebrate, and if I'm being completely honest, we are very ready for that wonderful Indian food. Please, everyone, raise your glass. To our lovely daughter, Khushbu, and our son, Kevin, while ambition gets you the toys in life, it is trust, humor, and love that make a home. May your life together be filled with joy, filled with health, and filled with a deep commitment to each other. Cheers to the happy couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Please make some noise for our proud dad here tonight. Congratulations.
Good evening. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Marcus. I've known Kevin since the first grade. Growing up as an only child, I was a little envious of kids who had siblings. You see it on TV, you hear other kids talking about their siblings at school, you experience it when going to their houses. It felt like everyone had a brother or sister except me. I stopped feeling that envy after becoming friends with Kevin. From that point on, we shared countless childhood memories, from shooting cap guns at the Wild Wild West to being extremely competitive while racing go-karts. There was always fun to be had. He became the brother I used to wish I had had. We've even had our sibling-like spats, but unlike actual siblings, these couldn't happen at home, so instead they'd happen at less than ideal moments. Allow me to set the scene. 4th grade, picture day, white shirts. I'll never understand why the school would wait until after art class to take their yearbook photos. So there I was, trying to open a marker, but the cap was stuck. I pulled a little too hard, and my marker swung out and landed a deep dot on Kevin's shirt. Angered by this injustice, Kevin swiftly retaliated and drew a line on my shirt with his marker, thus ruining picture day for both of us and giving me the full scope of the sibling experience. but I think it only bonded us more. We shared many of the same interests. Kevin introduced me to James Bond through the classic Nintendo game GoldenEye. He showed me the Fast and the Furious, now a staple amongst our friend group. Many of these interests I still have now. Maybe it's just that I was easily molded, and Kevin, as many of you know, can be very persuasive. He's someone who knows what he wants. When he's sure he wants to do something, he's sure. So when Kevin told me he'd met someone, naturally I was curious about the woman who was right for him. So I asked, tell me about her. What is she like? She's amazing. We connect on so many things. Sounds great. What does she do? She's a psychiatrist. Cool. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, that's a lot of pressure. Someone with the trained ability to recognize your flaws that you yourself may not realize you have. But as a testament to Kevin's character and to their growing love for each other, their relationship never faltered. I've never seen them not complement each other's personalities. Every time I check in with Kevin, I get basically the same response. Kushbu's amazing, my relationship is great, I'm super happy. There was never a but. Kevin's confident decision-making and the phrase, when you know, go hand in hand. Kevin knew, so when he said he was planning to propose, it came as no surprise. Even with their busy lives, they still managed to find time for each other. They have a genuine partnership, and I couldn't be happier for them both. So let's all raise a glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Cattell. Cheers. Cheers.
Hello, everyone. I'm Krupa, Kushbu's older sister, and hence the original.
And I'm Krishna, Kushbu's younger sister, hence the better version, naturally.
Growing up, Kushbu had a habit of following me around and naturally wanted to be just like me. I always assumed she would grow out of it eventually, but as it turns out, I was completely wrong. As you all may know, Kushbu went to Temple undergrad, and I was there first. She then went on to Temple Medical School, obviously after me. She then did her residency at Mount Sinai Beth Israel, and guess what? I was there first. A great example of imitation in its sincerest form of flattery. Lucky for Kevin, she didn't follow me to London. I like to think she used me as the ultimate role model, but in fact, I looked up to her quite a bit. She always knew what she wanted and wasn't afraid to go after it. She's incredibly smart, although I still hold the highest MCAT score. and really the best Masi. Sorry, Krishna.
While Kushbu was busy following Krupa around, I was busy trying to figure out how to be more like her. Kushbu and I went to the same grade school, kindergarten through 12th grade. So of course, every teacher already knew me as Kushbu's little sister and had impossibly high expectations to be the best, most well-behaved kid in the class, the smartest kid in the class. Unfortunately for them, Kushbu always set the bar too high. It was impossible to match. I may have carved my own path and didn't follow my sister's footsteps to Temple or MSBI, but somehow still ended up in medicine, just like both of them. At one point, I even seriously considered following Kushbu's path into psychiatry. And honestly, I regret not doing that every day, because if you know Kushbu, you know she barely works. But luckily, that has given her a lot of time to spoil her niece and her nephew. So don't worry, I'll be coming for the best Masi title once I'm done with my training.
For a while, Kushbu had us convinced that maybe marriage just wasn't a part of her plan. She's busy traveling the world and living her big life in New York City. But when we met Kevin, it became clear she wasn't waiting to start her life, but she was just waiting for the right person to live it with. And Kevin has been such a wonderful addition to our family. We couldn't have picked a better travel partner for Kushbu. So Kevin, buckle up, because you have a lot of trips in your future. But don't worry, if we know anything about Kushbu, she can't go that long before she needs to go back to her Domino's and Taco Bell. So we're pretty confident you'll both find your way back to Jersey soon enough.
But in all seriousness, Kevin, we couldn't have asked for a better partner for Khushbu. You balance her, support her, and clearly make her incredibly happy. Khushbu, you've always gone after the life you wanted, and now you've found someone who's ready to build that life with you. So here's to a lifetime of adventures, plenty of trips around the world, and late-night Taco Bell runs. Please raise a glass with us to Khushbu and Kevin. Cheers. Can you hold my glass?
Keep that round of applause going. Make some noise for him.
Good evening. Is everybody having a good time? So we have a lot to say, not too much, but before we say anything, let us say from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you all for being here. You all mean the world to us, and you have made this night a night we will never forget. So thank you so much. I have some shout outs. We have it at 3 minutes. We have Syracuse here in the great upstate New York. Or should I say Zeta Psi? I don't see it as a mistake, but rather a group of loyal friends who refused to conform and chose to pave their own path. You guys mean the world to me. To the Fairlawn home friends, 9 guys who have been ride or die for 30 years since kindergarten. I truly don't believe anybody has a group like this. Through thick and thin, we've gotten through it all. We've also dealt with our fair share of external haters from time to time. But you see, those people got it twisted, because these are not just friends, they're family. That's credit Fast and the Furious. To my parents, you have no idea what I put these people through. Your relentless love and unquivering support are undoubtedly the reason why we're even here right now. We owe you guys everything. To my sister Laura, no brother ever had a better sister. You definitely can be a pain in the ass, but we have a bond that nobody will understand. To the Hedmans and Cattels, who came from across the country and all over, we may be dysfunctional at times, but one thing is for damn sure, we always show up for each other. To Appraisal Economics in the back, you have no idea how you guys inspire me by all the amazing things we achieve for our clients. And now for the biggie, to Khushbu's parents. You instantly accepted me and welcomed me since day one. I was not exactly what you were expecting to walk through the front door. But the different culture, color, background didn't matter to them. They just saw a boy deeply in love with their daughter, and that was enough. And I thank you for raising one of the best human beings I have ever met. To Khushbu's sisters, Krupa, Krishna, perhaps not quite instant off the bat, as it should be, very protective sisters, but I think it's safe to say we got there. And I've been blown away by your love for Khushbu. Your acceptance means the world, and I'm proud to call you guys family too. To Khushbu's extended family, it was fun partying in Atlanta. You guys go hard. You are also family now too, and I look forward to great times ahead together. To Khushbu's residency and med school friends who showed up strong tonight. It has been a blast fine dining with you all and getting bougie cocktails all over Manhattan. You know the best spots to go. And I view you guys as my friends now too. And finally, and most importantly, to my wife, Kushbu could tell. You all heard my vows, and you know what this girl means to me. But I'll just add something somebody told me recently, which is that life is a series of battles. Anything worthwhile in life, you have to fight for it. On the top of that list is love. Real love, true love, the love that will absolutely change your life. And it's safe to declare tonight that I won that battle. You mean everything to me. Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't give Kushbu kudos for putting this whole night together. You have no idea what this takes. Everything from the flowers to the signs to the menus. She did it all, and it came amazing. When we first started out to plan this, our goal was simple, just a fun night with friends and family, and I think it's safe to say that Kushbu exceeded that by a large extent. Yeah. Kushbu, you make me the happiest guy on the planet, and once again, thank you all for coming and celebrating tonight.
What do I even say after that? That was very sweet, and I love you so much too. And to echo everything my husband just said, you all mean so much to us. And thank you for being here and making tonight so special for everyone who traveled all over the country, all over the world. It means a lot to us. We wouldn't be here without your love and support, and this has been a dream come true for us. It was quite the ordeal, but we're so glad you're all here. And with that, let's party.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ladies and gents, cheers and salute. How about a big round of applause for our bride and groom? Make some noise for them.